Good morning, beautiful friends. Am I reaching your brain? Are we connected? All right, so started off this lovely windy day doing affirmations. So already, high vibration right from the start of the day, just like every day. It's what we do. But I wanted to, so it's very windy and I'm trying to do the tripod thing. So I'm just kind of holding on to it, hoping for the best. But So anyways, yeah, I've been doing affirmations now for about 2 weeks. This is day 4 of the Love Vibration, official channel. And 2 weeks of doing this. And I just wanted to report back, kind of speak about what, how am I doing? How am I doing? Because this is new. And what kind of fruits am I bearing from sticking to this and doing it on a daily basis and really trying? So what I've noticed is that so I do the affirmations, and as I go throughout my day, I realize changes are just kind of happening naturally because I'm in the high vibration now. Often I call it the love vibration, the highest of high vibrations. And so little things I realized I stopped doing, like cussing, which is really interesting to me, because I used to swear a lot, everything's like, dang it, yeah, I don't even feel like saying the actual words right now. Sometimes I do, but I realized I don't cuss out of anger anymore, I feel like that's something I do when I'm in a low vibrational state. And since I haven't been letting myself get low, since I've been staying up, my language has changed. And I'll say, I'll be like, oh, shoot. Or, like jokingly, like if something happens, I'm not like, fuck, like I'm not angry, I'm like, oh, that's a shame, saying something dumb like that. But I've noticed that that's how I've been speaking lately. Yeah, that's something I noticed. I noticed that I find myself being like excited about each day now because there's no more dread, because I don't think of life as a chore anymore. I think of it as learning, the affirmation that I say every day: I will enjoy this day of Earth School and whatever it brings, good or bad. I'm drilling this into my head that it's not about just living, some sort of comfortable life. It's about, getting out there, challenging yourself so you could grow, and progress. And therefore, geez, for like 2 weeks now, I've just been stoked about, making connections, which is crazy. This is crazy. This is the opposite of how I've been my whole life. It just shows that, if you program yourself every day, like changes occur, and it's happening naturally. I don't have to force it anymore. It's just like becoming, me. I'm accessing the version of me that I want to be. And it's really cool. It's really cool. It doesn't feel forced. Like in the beginning, it kind of did a little, and it is still the beginning. But I mean, the very beginning, first few days, felt kind of crazy with it. But, about 2 weeks in now, and it's just feeling, it's just, it's becoming how I want to be. It's just becoming me. I don't have to think about it as much. It's just routine, wake up, hit record, do the affirmations on my other channel, because this channel has like nobody yet. Not yet, but it has you, my friend. But yeah, the changes that are happening with me are incredible. It's incredible. Ask anyone who knows me. I'm not known for having this bright energy, this high vibrational energy, it's sometimes I do, but it's very up and down. But I've been consistent since I started doing these affirmations. I've consistently been staying up, and anytime it starts coming down, I recognize it and I force myself to just stay up. And all the affirmations start kicking in. I'm killing it. I have great connections and interactions with everyone. Everybody's my brother and my sister. Like, it all just, from the repetition, it's just becoming like natural. I'm just programming myself. I'm downloading all this stuff that I want to be and just letting it come out of me because it's already in me and it's already in you. So crazy, so crazy. Yeah, just overall, just, being in a higher vibration, I feel like a magnet now. People just, they want to like communicate with you. More so than when you're, no, when you're like looking down at the ground and, just having that low energy, it's just, you're just more connected and it just feels nice, as humans, we enjoy those connections. So I found, I work with customers, so I found myself, just really trying to connect with everybody who comes in, within range. So, yeah, it doesn't matter who, there's no exceptions. Because that's the thing, when it comes to loving yourself and, wanting to share that love with others, you're not discriminating. You're not only trying to connect with other people of the same, energy and vibration, you want to connect with everyone. And in my case, especially those with that lower vibration, because I get it. I've been there, for so many years. And, I just want to show them the same love as anyone. And oftentimes, if you're, in that high vibration, you might not want to speak to someone who looks, angry or grumpy or whatever, because you're like, hey, I'm feeling good. I don't want to, I'll let them be, good luck to you. But me, I want to go up to those people, it's like a challenge for me. I'm like, I want to lift these people, even if it's nothing, I started smiling more. I've never, like my whole life long, I never had a smile. It was always a frown. It was always a blank. But now it's like, I'm lifting myself up every day, right from the start of the day, and doing my best to keep this, throughout the day. And man, putting the effort in. I'm putting a lot of effort in, so I'm getting good results because, what you put into it is how the results will be. So, I'm hardcore about it because I want hardcore results. It's like anything, working out or, what you put into it, you will get out of it. So, yeah, that's how I've been the last, couple weeks. It's going great. I'm just going to keep doing this every single day to keep myself in check. It's this is my thing. I'm doing this, 99% for 100% for me, regardless if anyone sees this or not. This is helping me stay up, stay focused. And, if I could share it with people who, might benefit from it, that's amazing. That is so amazing. I know there, I want to connect with folks, who have been in a negative mindset, for a long, long time and who want to make that, who are sick of it. I was sick of it. It was ruining my life. It ruined all my relationships. Like, I can't do that anymore. I'm sick of that. I don't need that. It was a part of me that existed for a reason, and now I just don't need that anymore. And it's time to elevate. It's time to stay high, stay up, stay in that energy, stay in that vibration, be filled with love, and just share that with everyone. No exceptions. No exceptions. Especially those that are hard to love. Those people that everyone avoid, we gotta love them. Got to. You have to. I'm ordering you to. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, when you're filled with love, you want it. You just want to spread that. So that's why we do what it takes every single day, every single morning, say our affirmations, tell ourselves, we're happy, healthy people, that we're full of love, and that, everyone out there is our brothers and sisters, and that we make great connections and interactions with everyone. This is the stuff that's running through my mind often now, instead of that other negative stuff that used to run through my mind. Not anymore. Nope. This is me, and this is you. The person you want to be is already in you. Just envision what it looks like, and then just become it. Slowly but surely, or with giant leaps. However it occurs, what you put into it, is what will become of it. For me, the affirmation thing is kicking butt, but I don't believe that one thing works for everyone. This is just my thing. Yeah, hopefully you got your thing. Um, I don't mind if my thing is your thing too. I would love it if you would, like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff, and we could connect. And because I love you. I would love to connect with you. All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. All right, love you. Bye.